everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. One team comes in off a victory, the other comes in off a defeat. So with that, let's get up to the new U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. On the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are indeed at the beautiful state-of-the-art U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. They'll come out in the pistol. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Throwing, Cook. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on third.
Playing coverage here.
Now Cook, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Brad Nortman on to punt it away. This is taken at the 15. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Viking football here as they take possession. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
I just love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Bridgewater now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And they'll run it here. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there and leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. He's going to let this one go. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. They showed off a nice juke of the defender, but the next wave there to bring him down. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Looking to throw. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what it said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good. Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On first down, it's Gurley. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll set up to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. He's got time. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. And hauled in here by Richard Rodgers. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage. The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
This will be caught at about the 5. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So after slogging through a scoreless first quarter, we have action on the scoreboard. A field goal makes it 3-0.
Well, with these two offenses, we weren't going to stay 0-0 forever, were we? I'm not sure that this opens the floodgates, but I doubt that's the last scoring we're going to see.
So out come the Falcons now. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over. I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run, combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
So Gurley gashes the defense, and a lot of people say, do you take running backs early first round? Do you want them that high? Surely you're happy you took Todd Gurley that early.
Without a doubt, Dr. Seuss. I love the way that got done by you, but even better, it's fun to watch Todd Gurley run the football.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Over the middle, Rodgers has it. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And Richard Rodgers makes the grab, and let's face it, it's going to follow him the rest of his career. The Hail Mary he caught to beat the Lions in 2015 in Detroit, pretty memorable play.
Those Lions fans, they just don't like you right now if they heard that.
I didn't mean to bring it up to, pull the Band-Aid off the wound there. I was just trying to praise Richard Rodgers. Yeah, they're going to be mad at me.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. A first down throw for Bridgewater. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and it's third down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
On third down, Bridgewater buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Called a gain of 13 yards on the play. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a first and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on third and goal from the 1. They come out here in the I. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in Memphis. Well, we're going to let you off a little easy there, LR. Halftime interrupted, and we are ready to get to this third quarter. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And now a first down following that long gain. They'll come out in the pistol. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
To throw, Bridgewater. And he's got it complete to Diggs, right side. Now a handoff as they run left side. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Fresh set of downs here.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down. Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Let's go.
Bridgewater to throw it this time. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. The pigskin on the 7-yard line now. It's 1st and goal. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal. And quickly they get to the line. Bridgewater, and that is incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
So they get the field goal, but part of that was a 14-play drive to get the 3.
Normally, when you hold the ball that long, run that many plays, you end up in the end zone. There's a breakdown on the defense. Something happens. In this case, that didn't. But really good ball control by the offense. They're hoping that they can wear them down if they keep having drives like that.
One receiver to the left is Cooper. Now Cook. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Really good, solid run right there, and they did it from a 4-wide receiver set. And if you're an offensive coordinator, they used to tell people, hey, we're going to throw the football. Now they use 4 receivers on the field to spread things out, give them more running lanes and more options, And also, it usually takes the bigger defenders off the field, makes the defense lighter and easier to run against.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Back now at beautiful new U.S. Bank Stadium. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. Throwing, Cook. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This will be caught inside the 10. 15 yards there for number 15.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
Finding time. Oh, no, he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity. Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. This will be caught just inside the 10. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, partner, they're still going to have to go for it after that play. And I'm not sure that the running game is going to be a part of what they have to do on 4th down now.
From this far out, you wouldn't think so. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Willie Snead, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from having the lead.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. They're going to hurry back to the line now. To throw is Bridgewater. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Let's go. Blue 58. Blue 58.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Second down following the run.
Watch left, watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left. Let's go. Wait, 9 there.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's brought down. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Red zone opportunity.
Let's go.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play, only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front, the linebackers, everyone got involved to force a 4th down.
And this one is right through. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th.